as the nasal cavity divided into the vestibule and the nasal cavity proper. So first the vestibule. The vestibule, it is the small depressed anteroinferior part of the nasal cavity. This diagram, it is the lateral wall of the nose, discussed earlier. And this part, it is the vestibule part. It is the small anteroinferior part, depressed part. And the special feature is this part is lined by the skin. The vestibule is lined by the skin, while the rest part of the nasal cavity is lined by the mucous membrane, epithelium, and this part is lined by the truly skin. So this skin has the sebaceous gland, sweat gland, and the hair follicles are present in this region, and there are stiff interlacing hairs are present. Short and stiff hairs are present, and these hairs are known as the vibrissae. Vibrissae. These structures are present in the skin of this region. Now you see the boundary, the upper limit. This is the upper limit. On the lateral wall of the nasal cavity, this section showing the lateral wall of the nose, and the upper limit of the vestibule is formed by a mucocutaneous ridge. Means it is a junction of the skin, and from here it is the mucous membrane. So it is a mucocutaneous junction, and there is a ridge, and this ridge is known as the limen nasi. Limen nasi. And this limen nasi forms the upper limit of the vestibule of the nose, while its medial wall, the medial wall of the vestibule, is formed by the columella. Columella, it is the mobile. It is the mobile part. And what is the columella? We discussed earlier in the support of the skeleton framework of the external nose. The columella, it is the union of the medial crust of the major alar cartilage. Medial crust of the two sides unite and joins with the septal cartilage. This mobile part is the columella. This is the columella. And this columella forms the medial boundary of this vestibule. So it is about the vestibule of the nose. Now after the vestibule, it is the nasal cavity proper. This is the largest posterior part of the nasal cavity, and it has a boundary, it has the roof, the floor. This is the floor. Now the medial wall, and this is the sagittal section, and it is the medial wall, and it is the lateral wall. These are the four boundaries present of the nasal cavity proper. Now first of all, the roof. This is the roof. The roof, if you see in the middle 1/3, it is almost horizontal. In the middle 1/3, this is the horizontal, and it is formed by the cribriform plate. Ethmoidal bone. The cribriform plate of the ethmoidal bone forms the middle 1/3 of the roof of the nasal cavity proper. Remember the class of the osteology, the cribriform plate and the structure that is the crista galli. Now this cribriform plate, it separates the nasal cavity from the anterior cranial fossa, and this cribriform plate is perforated by the olfactory nerve and ethmoidal vessels. These structures perforate this cribriform plate of the ethmoidal bone. Now the anterior 1/3. This anterior 1/3 is sloping forwards and downwards, and this anterior 1/3 is formed by, this is the nasal bone. Then it is the frontal bone, that is the nasal spine of frontal bone. And this anterior wall is formed by the junction of the, simply this is the septal cartilage, remember the diagram, and this, it is the upper superior lateral nasal cartilage. So it is the junction of the nasal cartilage. The nasal cartilage, that is the septal cartilage. This is the septal cartilage, and this is the one side of the upper lateral nasal cartilage, and this is the union. So this junction participate in the formation of the anterior 1/3 of the roof of the nasal cavity proper. So in short, the anterior 1/3, that is sloping downwards and the forwards, it is formed by the nasal bone, frontal bone, and it is the junction of the nasal cartilage. Now the posterior 1/3. This is the posterior 1/3. This posterior 1/3 is also sloping. Is sloping downwards and the backwards. Downwards and the backwards, just opposite to the anterior 1/3. And this posterior 1/3 is formed by the inferior and anterior surface. This is the sphenoidal bone. So it is the inferior and the anterior surface of body of sphenoid. Body of the sphenoid. So in short, the roof middle part is the horizontal, anterior and the posterior part is the sloping. Middle part, it is formed by the cribriform plate of the ethmoidal bone, and it is perforated by the olfactory nerve and the ethmoidal vessels. This plate separates the nasal cavity from the anterior cranial fossa situated above. So in case of the injury of this plate, if this plate fracture by the trauma, it leads to the CSF rhinorrhea. CSF rhinorrhea means the CSF comes out from the nasal cavity, and this is due to the fracture of this plate. Now anterior plate, it is the nasal bone, frontal bone and the cartilage, and the posterior 1/3 sloping, it is formed by the body of the sphenoid. Simple. Now the floor of the nasal cavity proper. This floor, it is almost horizontal, and this floor separates the nasal cavity from the oral cavity, and this is formed by the superior surface of the hard palate covered by the mucous membrane. Now if you remember the hard palate, the anterior 3/4 part of this hard palate is formed by the palatine process of the maxilla. It is the maxilla, its palatine process, fused with the horizontal plate of the palatine bone to form the hard palate. So here are the two bones, it is the maxilla and the palatine bones. Their process unites to form this hard palate, and it forms the floor of the nasal cavity, and that separates this nasal cavity from the oral cavity.